So I just know the hate that's about to come my way. But again, what is new when it comes to this case? So everybody keep asking me about my opinion regarding the 30-second of the 911 call that was released, and I'm about to give it to you. And let me just give you this disclaimer. If you have never agreed with anything I said regarding this case, especially regarding Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk, this video is not for you. I'll give you a second to scroll. Do you need another second? Now, I saw someone tagged me underneath Ashley Banfield video where she played the snippet of the 911 call at the end of her video. I listened to it 5 times. I'm on an hour lunch right now. I listened to it 5 times. And again, I never claimed to be an expert, all right? I'm still in school, so I am not an expert, all right? But I'm giving you my opinion because it was asked of me. And you know I like to give my opinion anyways. Honestly, there's no best way to say this because people are going to try and argue me down regardless how I say it. But I'm not buying it. I'm still not buying it. The people who are still doubling down when the text messages came out and when this little snippet came out, they're now doubling down, talking about conspiracy theorists, people like myself. Someone said that. They tagged me underneath a comment. That was rude, but I digress. They said, hopefully now, and then tag me, you will leave these poor girls alone. Oh, Becky, you are sadly mistaken, honey. And I hate when people say, leave these poor girls alone, as if I am attacking them. I am not attacking them. I am asking questions that need to be asking. I am asking hard questions. If you look at a couple videos that I reposted yesterday of other creators who are asking the questions that I'm asking, okay? And people are giving them the same crap that they give me. So I'm just like, that's exactly why I don't take it personal, because people's feelings get hurt really fast when you talk about stuff like this. And that's how I know I cannot talk to those people. But back to my opinion, in my opinion, in Justine's humble opinion, okay, I believe it's staged. You had 8 hours. 8 hours, in my opinion, to get a story together, to get a narrative together. You called your other roommates. You text your other roommates, and no one answered. And that was not a telltale sign for you to go and get help. You and Bethany, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk were on the lower level. There was a door there. They didn't have to go back upstairs if they didn't feel comfortable. After you text and called these people, which was at 4:27 a.m. when I believe she texts Kaylee and Maddie. I don't have my papers in front of me because I'm at work, but I believe that's when she texts Kaylee and Maddie. These unalivings are said to have happened between 4 and 4:25 a.m. So if that timeline is accurate, which that's debatable, if that timeline is accurate, 2 minutes after, you text your roommates saying, please answer, are you okay? And you still don't call 911, but you're not that scared enough because you exited your room and you went downstairs to Bethany's room. If you and Bethany were so afraid, A, you wouldn't have fell asleep, which I don't believe they fell asleep. I don't believe that at all. You have to be at some sort of peace to fall asleep. If you were as worried as you are portraying in these text messages and in this snippet of this 911 call, why did you not go get help? That's a valid question. That's a fair question. I am not attacking anybody. That's a fair question. You had a door on the level that you were. You could have left, you and Bethany could have left outside of that door. In some states, most states, you can text 911. It does not make sense. And everybody is commenting underneath where I saw this snippet of this 911 call on Ashley Banfield page. People are like, you can hear the terror in her voice. You can hear the terror. I wish people would leave them alone. If you were only reporting an unconscious person, or your roommate is not waking up, which is all I really seen within these 911 transcripts, why are you this hysterical? Allegedly. And I know that's debatable for some people. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Everybody, as they say, they react to certain situations differently. And that is 100% true. But if you believe your roommate is just not waking up or that she's unconscious, I don't think that it would be as drastic as it's being portrayed in this little snippet of this 911 call. And what I just said is going to go over so many people's head, but that's okay. I'm used to it. These are not dumb girls. They are not dumb girls. And please stop associating them with children as if they're 12 or under and did not know what to do. Okay? There's so many factors in this case that just does not make sense. And I don't really have time to get into it right now, but the snippet of that 911 call, I'm going to show you what it reminded me of personally.
And I ran over to Maggie, and actually, I think I tried to turn Paul over first. I tried to turn him over, and I don't know, I figured it out.
That clip that I just played for you, that's where my mind instantly went to when I heard the beginning of that 911 call. It seemed rehearsed. It seems staged. And this is all Justine's opinion, okay? This is all my opinion. But it reminded me a lot like Alex Murdaugh and when the police first went to the scene and how hysterical he was, how red he was, this, that, and the third. Most people are probably not going to agree with me and my take regarding this 911 call, but it's still, there's so much of what we know that does not fit the narrative that these two women, yes, they were young, but nonetheless adults, that these two women did not know what was going on, even if they didn't, let's say, just to say that they didn't know what was happening during. After your senses were heightened, you knew something was wrong. Bethany is not going to tell someone to run, come down here, if they didn't believe they were in any danger. So that should have alerted you to call the police or call the people, EA and HJ, that you called the next morning at whatever time you called them. There's so many things that don't make sense, and nobody wants to go there because their feelings are involved. This is a serious case. 4 people, innocent people, lost their lives. And everybody just wants to pin it on this one weird guy who is studying criminology, which is not a defense at all. And I am not on the defense side, despite what people may say. If Bryan Kohberger is the person who did this, he did not do it by himself. Someone else participated in this crime with him. Someone who is familiar with the inside of that house and the layout, and someone who is familiar and know the victims. Okay? But that's just my opinion. I'm very curious to know you guys' thoughts on it. Just be respectful or I will block you.